In today's video, we're going to explore Chattanooga, Tennessee. We'll visit Point Park, Ruby Falls, the Incline Railway, all of them on Lookout Mountain. Also, the famous Chattanooga Choo Choo. We'll walk the Walnut Street Bridge and see Coolidge Park by the Tennessee River. All that coming up next.
I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV, yeah.
Greetings from the Raccoon Mountain Campground, located just outside Chattanooga, very close to all the attractions. We've just arrived and have about an hour of daylight left, maybe a little longer, so let's go to the top of Lookout Mountain first and see the city from above. I guess it is through here. It is such a pretty drive to the top of the mountain. Located towards the southernmost end of the Cumberland Plateau, Lookout Mountain is shared by Georgia and Tennessee and is home to many of the tourist attractions here in the Chattanooga area. It is also the site of several historic battles. Here to the right we have Ruby Falls, which is actually a waterfall inside of a cave, and we'll be coming here first thing tomorrow morning before the hordes of tourists arrive. It's a very popular place. We're getting close to the top of the mountain, which at its highest point it is 2,392 feet, 729 meters above sea level. Although we're not gonna go that high. Almost, but not quite. All these homes here near the top, I'm sure they cost a pretty penny, especially the ones with a view. Here's the Incline Railway station, which we'll also visit tomorrow, and I've seen a lot of police presence around this neighborhood. Well, here we are, Point Park. Let's park. The park overlooks the site of what has become known as the Battle Above the Clouds, which happened right here on November 4th, 1863. It also affords a, shall I say, commanding view of downtown Chattanooga and the Tennessee River. There are several monuments commemorating the battle, but since the park closes at sunset, we don't get much time to explore. The gates, built in 1904, are modeled after the Army Corps of Engineers insignia. Yeah, very picturesque up here. Let's continue exploring. This is actually private property right here, someone's backyard if you will, but don't worry, we are not actually trespassing. There's the Incline Railway and more lavish mansions, probably with a nice view. Let's go back down. I want to get back to the campground before it gets too dark. Tomorrow we are going to have the whole day to explore. Here they have a lookout point where you can stop and see the Incline Railway going up and down the mountain.
Pretty nice. Right here at Raccoon Mountain, as the day slowly comes to an end. I might do a fire later. Well, good morning. From the Raccoon Mountain campground here. Well, breakfast for champions. Now, on to Ruby Falls we go.
Yeah, let's go to Ruby Falls first, since it is such a popular site and it might get swamped with tourists later in the day. As you can see, the parking lot is already pretty full.
Well, here we are, Ruby Falls, with a view of downtown Chattanooga. In the distance, a little cloudy today, hopefully it'll get better.
We take an elevator down to the cave, 260 feet underground.
They just kind of go all out about it.
I'll tell you guys a lot more about it, but this is what was natural. Right. So we kind of opened it up. Surrounding Nashville.
We walk to this first chamber here, where we get treated to a short video presentation with some curious facts about the cave and some of the history as well.
The discovery of amazing geological formations and the existence of an enormous waterfall. A few days later, Lambert re-entered this newfound cave with his wife Ruby and christened this natural wonder with her name, Ruby Falls.
This is the original size of the cave.
Yes, that was the size of the original shaft they had to crawl through when they discovered the cave, which was actually done by mistake. They were building an elevator shaft to reach Lookout Mountain Cave, which was actually deeper and whose entrance had been collapsed by the building of a railroad tunnel. Eventually, this cave became the more popular one, of course.
And what's more impressive to me is somehow Mr. Lambert convinced his wife to follow him and crawl as well. She did it in a dress. She's the hero. Or the crazier one. She thought he was dead. Alright. So 7 hours, hands and knees, this tight crevice. You can imagine how excited they got when they got up here and found this sign that told them they could stand up. Unbelievable, folks. 7 hours to get that far. This was, we kind of, he wasn't a rook.
The cave's natural beauty is greatly enhanced by the fact that it is exquisitely illuminated. They've done such a great job.
Standing on top of a formation. This is a stalagmite. Stalagmites come up from the ground, and the stalactites, again, are the ones up top. Hang on tight from the ceiling. It's made out of a mineral called calcium carbonate. It's just the solid form of calcium, when calcium's growing through the rocks. So when it becomes like this, it is more commonly called calcite. But this is up here, this is the only formation that you guys can touch. So as you come up, hug it, rub it, kiss it, I don't care, just get it out of your system here, alright? We all agree? We good? Alright. Everybody touches this one, so just have at it. We're gonna play a little audio tape. Don't go anywhere. As soon as the audio tape's over, we'll keep going. Take notes. We're still a test.
Tócala.
Thought you were out of it. Thought you were in the clear.
From the Diary of Leo Lambert, December 31st, 1928. We were all amazed at the incredible things we observed in this new area. We originally entered the caverns through a small opening at the elevator shaft.
So many interesting rock formations. I think I like this one even more than Mammoth Cave, but what do you think? Don't be shy, leave me a comment.
All these little ones up top are hollow. The water's dripping down from the center, and then when it reaches the top, over hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, it starts barely growing.
Wow, would you look at that?
Alright, very active area up here, folks. Watch your step. Don't touch anything, especially up here in the middle of the walkway. There's a column.
There's water down here.
There's over 3,000 of them in this room. I know that because I had a very long night last night and counted each and every one of them.
So beautiful, and as I said before, so beautifully lit. Bacon. Now they're making me hungry. And now the potato chip. Look how thin and delicate that rock formation is. Water. We must be getting close. I hear water. And here we are. I guess at some point they're gonna light it up, right? Our guide mentioned that this is a brand new LED light system they just installed, and it illuminates the falls from behind.
Well, here we are. We finally made it through the famous Ruby Falls. Say hello. It's amazing.
Mom taking a selfie, of course.
It's gone. That was it. Ruby Falls.
On the way out, we get to see even more cool rock formations, some of which we even missed on the way in. The brightly lit ones, like this one, the camera doesn't really capture the whole picture, the whole color gamut.
Out we go. Where Leo Lambert first entered the cave. And if the elevator were to malfunction, that's the tunnel that we would take. It's a couple of miles long, but it'll take us to safety. Maybe.
We now invite you to extend your stay and enjoy the panoramic view from the Lookout Mountain Tower.
This is the very top of the tower. As you can see, not many people wanted to come up here. But we got a commanding view of Chattanooga.
Of course, you get to exit through the very well-stocked gift shop. This whole castle-looking building was built with rocks blasted out when they were building the elevator shaft back in the late 1920s. A short drive and we are now at the Incline Railway. We get our ticket and promptly board this unique car. It's a long way down.
The world's steepest passenger railway and America's most amazing mile. The incline will travel from an altitude of 2,100 feet above sea level at a speed of 600 feet per minute, nearly 1 mile straight down the face of Lookout Mountain to the Chattanooga Valley below.
Not the most spectacular views I've ever seen, but still it is a pretty cool ride down on this unique and historic mode of transportation.
to all Carter employees, please have a pleasant stay in Chattanooga.
Cool, check it out. I learned how to drive on a car just like that one, 1974 Impala. We've reached the bottom, the historic Chattanooga district of St. Elmo.
We came from all the way up there. Elmo district here in Chattanooga. Let's find something to eat.
Here's the 1885 Southern and Coastal Grill. Seems pretty fancy.
And the people eating inside?
Yeah, I think we're gonna do it.
Southern Coastal, let's check it out.
An IPA to get started.
Fried green tomatoes.
I'm having the crawfish etouffee and Mom is having some salmon.
Well, we just finished the lunch here at the 1885. Pretty good. I had the crawfish and shrimp etouffee, which was very, very tasty. A little on the small side, but not bad. My mom had salmon, and she liked it a lot. The service was okay. Maybe she was having a bad day today, I don't know. But overall, pretty good. And now we have to go back up on the Incline Railway. Our parking is running out. And then up to the Chattanooga Choo Choo. Choo Choo!
We're not gonna make this train. We'll have to take the next one. There it goes. Up the mountain. Did I mention I'm traveling with my mom? This sculpture here, called St. Elmo, a history in steel, represents the history of this neighborhood here, and it is pretty cool. Each small figure represents a historical event. Let's go, we have a train to catch.
There's a train coming down and there's the other train going up.
And our ride is here.
Thank you, sir. Watch your step.
Thank you. All right.
Put onto these whenever y'all decide to come back down. Let's tear off the blue side. Watch your step.
Up we go again. We're back at the Lookout Mountain Station, and up here they have a mural with photographs of the Incline Railway at different points in history. Very, very cool.
1907.
Next up, downtown Chattanooga. Wait a minute, weren't we just here a few minutes ago? Well, we sure were. We're back by the historic St. Elmo district. There it is, the Chattanooga Choo Choo, originally popularized by Glenn Miller and his orchestra back in 1941 with the song of the same name, and also originally the Chattanooga Terminal Station. The historic building reopened in 1973 as the Chattanooga Choo Choo Hotel. There's even a street name, and a lot around here seems to revolve around the Chattanooga Choo Choo motif. The whole place has been undergoing renovations recently, and here we have the recently finished Glenn Miller Gardens, since the station/hotel owes so much of its notoriety to the aforementioned song.
This is, I guess, what remains of the old station, and here's the Chattanooga Choo Choo.
By the way, that part that looks like the old station is the part of the hotel that is actually undergoing renovations. Apparently, as part of the hotel, you can spend the night in some of these vintage cars. Some others have been turned into breweries and restaurants. Let's check out this old steam engine here. I would love to see one of these in action, let me tell you. It is so well preserved.
The old boiler. And this is where the coal used to go. And let's keep exploring.
And these platforms here obviously part of the original terminal.
Another old train here.
Let's walk up here. The Silver Diner. I bet you they're gonna turn that one into a restaurant. And what do we have here? Self-service bar? It is called American Draft, a self-service pour-your-own draft beer hall. You get a card, pour your own beer, and you get charged by the ounce at the end. Cool concept, I like it. That way you can sample a variety of beers at your own pace. It would have been so cool to see this place in the early 20th century when the railroad industry was in its heyday. They are building some kind of deck out here, and it looks like they might turn the caboose into a kitchen. Yeah, you can tell this place is pretty new. Let's explore this other side. It looks like they are ready for business, although there is no business right now. There's a comedy club.
This is the Silver Diner. Now it's a pizza car.
Well, let's explore. Let's see what they have in here. Well, this one is just a gift shop. Oh, this must be the pizzeria. Are these actual gas lamps or some kind of trickery? They definitely give the place an air of authenticity.
Always for the pizzeria.
Let's continue exploring. We're kind of lost and aimless here, I must confess.
Collection of timeless guitars.
I wonder what this is here. Oh wow, cool. It is a guitar museum. And they have an old-style jukebox. I remember seeing those in action when I was a kid. When I was a kid.
Songbird's Guitar Museum. Maybe we'll come back some other time.
What is this out here?
Well, apparently this whole area is called Station Street, as it says.
There, no alcohol beyond this point. I bet you this place is happening later in the day or maybe on the weekends.
And here we have what looks like an abandoned building.
And we just went around the whole hotel. This, of course, was probably part of the old Chattanooga terminal. Back there, the area under renovation. Let's go into the cafe to get some much needed espresso, replenish some energy to continue exploring. Fancy.
If you would like a receipt, press yes. If not, press no. Thank you. Please drive ahead.
You're welcome.
Let's drive north across downtown towards the Tennessee River. There is this pedestrian bridge we want to walk on. Alright, let's park here. Well, here we are, Northside, and there's a blue rhinoceros on a wagon of sorts. Weird. Never mind, let's walk on the bridge.
Well, this here is Walnut Street bridge, and we're about to cross the Tennessee River. This is a pedestrian bridge here. By the way, that coffee shop by the Chattanooga Choo Choo Hotel is pretty good. Good espresso. There it is, Tennessee River.
On the other side, there are a bunch of museums and the Tennessee Aquarium, and the views of the Tennessee River are very much worth the walk. It is a very historic bridge here. It was built in 1890, then it was closed to traffic in 1978, and it sat in disrepair for many years until the late 80s when they repaired it, made it more structurally sound, and reopened it as a pedestrian bridge. There's the Hunter Museum of American Art and the John Ross Bridge. Check out all these nice apartments, and in the back, Lookout Mountain. Oh, by the way, that's the Tennessee Aquarium. This down here is called Coolidge Park. We should go there next. Lots of people going for a stroll here on the bridge in the late afternoon. And that is an indoor carousel. We're going to check that out too. Seems to be a pretty nice neighborhood, this Northside. Their slogan is "Where hip meets historic." More in-depth exploring shall happen next time we visit Chattanooga. Let's check out the indoor carousel. I'm really intrigued. It is over 100 years old. Well, the carousel was originally built in 1894 and it was recently restored. It features 532 hand-carved animals, a calliope band organ, and ornate gold leaf benches. Well, that was unexpectedly cool. While we're here, might as well, let's explore Coolidge Park a little bit. These stone animals here are apparently part of a fountain. I'm sure they turn it on during the summer. Actually, I have an even better idea. Let's fly the drone! I checked with my app and there don't seem to be any flight restrictions. Still, I will fly mostly over the river, just in case. Tell you what, as crazy as it may sound, let's go back one more time to Lookout Mountain. We haven't seen Rock City yet, and even though by now it is probably closed, I know this pullout from where you can see the waterfall. Oh, by the way, Rock City is on the Georgia side of the mountain. We should be seeing the waterfall any second now here up ahead. Hey, where's the waterfall? Don't tell me it is a fake. I guess it is, and they turned it off. Well, anyways, this here is Rock City coming up. We were here 2 years ago for Memorial Day.
Well, there is Rock City. Apparently they turn off the waterfalls when they close down the park. And that's the balcony where supposedly you see the 7 states.
Actually, let me show you how it is supposed to look with water. I'll put a link to that video from 2016 in which we visited Rock City. I think we've had enough fun for one day. Let's go back to the campground and chill out a little bit, because tomorrow we are heading towards Louisville.
Well, good morning. Good frigid morning here from Raccoon Mountain Campground. Today we continue towards Louisville, but first we have to tackle the treacherous Monteagle mountain to the top of the Cumberland Plateau, but I think we'll be fine. Oh, nice camper here next to us.
I just have to inflate my tires a little bit here and healthy breakfast.
Mushrooms and spinach and scrambled eggs. Hoorah!
Off we go, on the road again. Lots of traffic coming into the city, and we actually go back into Georgia, ever so briefly. And then back into Tennessee. It is a very picturesque drive, let me tell you. Once again, crossing the Tennessee River. There's Marion County Park, the campground where we stayed last year. Right there, across the river. Right before the ascent to Monteagle, this nice young couple on the green van started frantically calling for my attention, and it turns out that they are John and Nicole, viewers of the channel, en route to the Grand Canyon, so happy travels to ya. See you on the road. Following 10 minutes, which will be about a minute for you all, is the most perilous segment of the whole trip, at least up to this point. It is the long, steep grade known as Monteagle Mountain, which is basically the climb to the top of the Cumberland Plateau. It is the mountain everybody tells you about, where tow vehicles come to overheat and die. I've been through here twice before, and while it is challenging, it's really not that bad. I have learned that the trick to not overheating is taking it slow and doing it early in the morning when it is not too hot.
End of Monteagle. We only overheated just a tiny little bit, 45 miles per hour on the way up. Let's take a break. We have conquered Monteagle one more time.
Well, now you know. Don't be afraid of Monteagle. Just be prudent. Take it slow. I'm going to park here for a few minutes to cool down, take a break, and continue.
I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, and 'cause I'm free in my RV. Yeah, I'm riding. I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free.
Welcome to Kentucky.
Thank you.
Riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, because I'm free in my RV, yeah, riding.
Well, let me tell you what we're gonna do here in the next couple of days. I am going to experience Thunder over Louisville, which is an air show ending with a massive fireworks display. Then I get to hang out with my cousin Juan and the rest of the family in Louisville. We're gonna visit Churchill Downs, where they do the Kentucky Derby, Bardstown, a bunch of places. Then Lexington, which I really like, and then back south through the Smoky Mountains and Gatlinburg. I'm telling you, the trip is just getting started.
Riding in my RV, whenever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV, yeah, riding. I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, yeah, 'cause I'm free in my RV. Riding from Florida to Tennessee, my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV, yeah, riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV.
If you have enjoyed traveling with us, make sure you are subscribed and check out my other videos. Also, share it with your friends, spread the word, and leave me a comment. Now, if you really liked it, you have a chance to show your support at patreon.com/travelingrobert. As always, thank you so much for watching, and see you on the road.